Welcome to the program and thank you so much for joining me today. Congratulations to Isabel and Kushla for winning the church organ concert passes for the weekend. I hope you will have fun on Sunday. On the show today, two young Christchurch girls recently awarded their second black belt join me, and today marks the Baha'i New Year. But first up, it's Claire from Look Good, Feel Better. Good to see you, Claire.
Thank you very much for having me.
Look Good, Feel Better. I felt like I needed to wear something bright today just because it went along with the theme. Tell me about Look Good, Feel Better.
Thank you. I mean, Look Good, Feel Better is a charity which in New Zealand has been around for 24 years. And worldwide, we have 24 countries that actually have looked after over 1.5 million women going through any form of cancer treatment. And Look Good, Feel Better is a cancer charity which really services any woman going through any treatment. We run workshops where our volunteers will actually take the women through all the aspects of taking care of their skin, redrawing their eyebrows if they need to, talking about their wigs. So you may have cancer, but you don't need to look like cancer. And that's really about giving you the confidence to feel normal and gaining control. And you're absolutely right, they come out with a smile and great friends, and it's just a lovely, warm feeling.
Fantastic. So it's been going for 24 years.
Yes.
In New Zealand?
In New Zealand.
In New Zealand.
In New Zealand.
So who brought this here? Who brought the idea, you know, where did the idea come from?
It's fantastic. It started first of all in America with a doctor whose daughter actually was going through treatment and really didn't want to leave her room. He thought something could happen to make her feel a little bit better, and he happened to know people within the cosmetic industry. And that started Look Good, Feel Better in the US. And Penny Thompson, who was the then managing director of Estee Lauder New Zealand, actually brought it over to New Zealand, and we were the third country to actually start the charity. Wow. And it's been going ever since.
That's amazing. Now I want to talk about what you've been up to today. I believe you're a little bit windswept.
Just a little windswept.
Visiting some gardens. Tell me about that.
Thank you. Yes, we've been running our New Zealand House and Garden tour in association with the magazine New Zealand House and Garden. And we've had 9 beautiful homes from way up in Waipara to Rangiora today. Really eclectic mix of homes, and over 1,200 women and men have actually paid to visit these homes today.
We've actually got some photos which we'd like to share with our viewers of some of the homes. So do you recognise that one? Or?
Yes, that's the old chemist's place near Kaiapoi, and that's been a variety of businesses over the years, and it was just a very beautiful house that's actually at the back of a business.
Oh, it is beautiful.
It is very lovely, and I think the lovely thing is that these homeowners are so generous to actually let us use their homes for our fundraising events. And this is an Edwardian home, which incidentally the two gentlemen who are Australian actually came over to Canterbury because they wanted to be able to grow a beautiful garden and to restore a home, and they have lovingly restored this actually 3 times because it has been affected a number of times in the quake. But it's a very, very established, very, very elegant looking home, and was one of the hits again today as I was in a lovely home which was the wool shed, which was a very, very simple idea of converting a wool shed, very, very beautiful. But as people were coming through, they would talk about their favourite homes, and I think that's the beauty of what Sally Duggan, the editor, does for us.
So people volunteer for their homes to be opened up, and the money raised from the tickets, who does that go to?
That goes to the Cancer Society of New Zealand and Look Good, Feel Better. We're both very privileged to be able to share the fundraising activities on this house tour. And for the Cancer Society, they ensure that the money goes to all of the 6 regions throughout New Zealand to continue the cancer work that they undertake, which is absolutely fabulous. And for Look Good, Feel Better, the Cancer Society are, as we call them, our very best friends, because we actually operate a lot of our workshops out of their buildings. For Look Good, Feel Better, every dollar that's raised today will actually go towards running our workshops, in particular growing our workshops in the South Island and parts of the North Island. So we run nearly 200 workshops a year throughout New Zealand, and Shirlene, our tutor in Christchurch, has moved every time a building has had to be changed, and I know that everybody knows about that in Canterbury. I've been delighted to see her at the new Fitzgerald Canterbury Society building, and we just run the workshops from there and hope to run more. And with these very, very kind donations, that's what we'll be doing this year.
So any woman with cancer can contact you and become involved with these workshops?
Absolutely. Many ways to do it. They can contact us directly. They can do that through the Cancer Society. And if you're a teenager up to the age of 24, through the Canteen workshops that we run as well, because we are actually aligned with Canteen as well, and that's a fabulous charity. You can actually register to be on any one of our workshops. And we really do hope that you get the opportunity to feel better and have a smile.
Claire, great to have you on the program today, and thank you for sharing that with us. Find out more, lookgoodfeelbetter.co.nz. Stay with us after the break. Local twins Brodie and Courtney Spang join me.
Get your own copy of the Spates Coast to Coast 2014 coverage highlights. Relive the action, recall the pain, and review the results. Call CTV now on 3777 033 and order a copy today.
Hi, I'm Mark and welcome to Stay Well Pharmacy. Whatever the season, Stay Well Pharmacy has you covered. As an integrated pharmacy, we stock all the well-known pharmacy medicines, as well as quality nutritional and herbal treatments. Our team of pharmacists and full-time naturopath are here to help you find the products and advice to suit the needs of you and your family. So come in and see us at Stay Well Pharmacy, 27 Shands Road in Hornby. Stay Well Pharmacy, live well, stay well.
Christchurch has its very own enchanted utopia, the Hitching Post. Pop in and see for yourself. A magical assortment of handmade creations, custom-made candles and artwork. Choose from our huge range of water features, garden art and imported giftware. Specialists in handcrafted metal artwork made in store. Nestled on 722 Marshlands Road. The Hitching Post, defining art our way.
Avoid the cowboys when it comes to relocating. Trust A1 Movers, a family business since 1993 that guarantees a professional job every time. We carefully handle and wrap your valued items, ensuring they have a safe journey. Secure storage and insurance options also available.
A1 Movers, the careful, caring, moving company.
Is this your year to upgrade your existing interior? Then head into Bathroom and Flooring Warehouse for the latest styles in European vanities, showers and baths, all at affordable prices. Bathroom and Flooring Warehouse also stock a large selection of carpets and vinyl for all your flooring needs. To view our full range, head into 159 Waterloo Road, Hornby, or visit bathroomandflooring.co.nz.
CTV News and Weather, first at 5. Be the first to find out about the rebuild, local politics, business, sports, culture and community. CTV News and Weather, first at 5, only on CTV.
Welcome back. Joining me now are Courtney and Brodie Spang. Welcome to the program. Now, I initially thought you'd won your second black belt, and when you came in the studio, I was like, where's the other black belt? But tell me what it actually is.
It's just a second degree black belt, so when we get our black belt, if we're committed to the gym, we keep training, and yeah, we get our first degree, which is just a gold tab, and then about, I'm not sure how long ago after that, we do another grading, and we get, if we're good enough, we get our second degree.
So you have a second degree black belt.
Yeah.
So you've got a black belt, but you're actually a little bit higher.
Yep. Yeah.
I honestly didn't know you could actually go higher than the black belt. So you guys have impressed me. Brodie, tell me about what it's like to have the second degree black belt.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You're 15.
We are 16.
You're 16,
Yeah.
right. I'll just change my script. When did you turn 16?
In February, on the
right.
17th, yeah.
Okay, well, happy birthday, February.
Thank you.
After Valentine's Day. And what school are you at?
Lincoln High School.
So do they have a training program out there, or where else do you train?
They have different types of martial arts training out there, But we train at Academy of Combat, which is in Sydenham, in town. Yeah.
So how does that work for you guys? You're 16, do you have your licence or do you get driven around?
We get driven around by our parents.
By your parents. Your
But
parents are legends.
Yeah, it's all good because Dad goes there as well, and same with our little sister and little brother. So it's not just us.
So it's a family thing?
Yep. Yeah, Mum supports us. She doesn't do martial arts yet. Well, at the moment. I don't know if she will.
She's not into karate?
Not really, no.
Have you tried to teach her a few moves?
Not really. She doesn't really seem interested. She's just happy watching.
Do you know what? I think she's probably out there in the green room watching this going, oh my goodness, how rude. I could do karate. She's probably watched enough of it to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So tell me about your dad. Is he as qualified as you?
Yeah, he's got his 2nd degree black belt in Zendakai and 1st degree black belt in weaponry combat.
Wow, that's impressive. And what about your siblings? Are they wanting to get as far as you guys?
Yeah, they do. Our little brother Keegan, is he blue belt? Yeah, he's blue belt. And we have a younger sister Madison, she's green belt.
Green belt, so there's blue then green?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that's cool. Now what inspired you guys to get involved with karate?
Dad.
Dad?
Yeah, we wanted to be just like our dad.
Did you?
Yeah.
So has he been doing it for forever?
Yeah, since he was a teenager.
So tell me how old you guys were and, the first kind of moves that you did and you learned in the classes.
Would have been 3 or 4. We started training with Dad at a real young age, and then we started doing classes at the Academy of Combat at the age of about 7.
That's impressive. How many times a week do you have to actually get out there and practice?
Well, we train on Mondays, and on Tuesdays we teach and we train as well, and that's the same as Thursdays. And now and again we train on Fridays as well.
Wow.
And then go for a run on Saturday.
Yeah, go for a run on Saturday.
I bet you do other things as well. Because if you want something done, you always ask a busy person, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's it like for you guys? I mean, you are twins. I bet you're competitive.
Definitely.
Yeah.
If one person is good enough to go up a belt, the other person's got to be driven as well. We've got to always go up the same level. One person's fitter, the other one pushes themselves to be just as fit.
So is it quite uncommon to have some twins with a 2nd degree black belt?
I don't know anyone else.
Yeah, we don't know anyone else.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So where do you aspire to go?
We'll
Higher? Is there like a 3rd degree?
We can go up to 5th degree.
Oh, far out. And what happens then? You're the master.
And then I'm not sure.
Not sure.
Well, there's heaps of different other styles we can do as well. After we finish that, we can move on to Muay Thai kickboxing, or we could do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or we could carry on with weaponry.
Or MMA fighting.
Yeah.
Could be part of the fighters that fight to represent the club.
There's heaps of different stuff we could do.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you think you could go out there and represent New Zealand at this level, or do you do that already?
We don't fight competitively.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Is it just for a hobby?
Pretty much, yeah, and
Yeah.
self-defence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that unusual?
Well, I guess that's the main question that people ask us, like, oh, have you had many fights? Have you do you compete? But I don't know, I mean...
Yeah, a lot of stuff we get taught is like life skills, like definitely built a lot of confidence, discipline, listening, concentration. That's what we teach little kids as well.
Fantastic. Well, you guys are awesome. Courtney and Brodie Spang, thank you so much for coming on the program today.
Thank you for having
Two
us.
16-year-olds with a 2nd degree black belt. How cool is that? Stay with us after the break. We celebrate the Baha'i New Year.
Be watching CTV News first at 5 and you could win up to $5,000 every week with CTV's cash giveaways. For more information, visit our website and be watching CTV News first at 5.
Hi, I'm Steve and welcome to Carpet Kingdom. At Carpet Kingdom we stock a massive range of carpets and we're also the largest vinyl stockist in the South Island. And not only do we have an excellent range in store, but you can purchase our stock online. We offer free measuring quotes, we have our own installation team, we ship nationwide, so come on down and see us at Carpet Kingdom. 312 Wilsons Road in Waltham, just off Brougham Street, or visit us online at carpetkingdom.co.nz.
You right, mate? Can you hear me? Hey, you, can you hear me? Can you help me? I need you to call 111 for an ambulance.
If an accident happens and you didn't know what to do, prepare for what could be the longest wait of your life. Knowing before you need it, call 0800 Red Cross and enrol in a Red Cross first aid course today.
I'm Chris Lynch. Join me for CTV's new current affairs show Lynched every Monday at 8:30 right here on CTV, where I talk to the decision makers and those responsible for running our city.
Welcome back. Joining me now are April and John Spurtle. Nice to see you both and happy Baha'i New Year.
Thank you.
Now tell me about what it's like to be Baha'i.
Well, I've been a Baha'i since I was 19, which is a good 40 years, yes. It's our religion, it's our way of life. We're part of a community worldwide, part of a local community, yes.
So is there a big Baha'i community in Christchurch?
Not an exceptionally large one, but it's probably large enough to keep us all pretty involved. And we have lots of Baha'i festivities and good Baha'i community life, which is great.
So tell me about the Baha'i New Year and what that means to you as... Do you call yourselves Baha'i people?
But just Baha'is, yes.
As a Baha'i.
Well, we've just completed 19 days of fasting. So the New Year comes after those 19 days. And it's called Nowruz. And it means a new day, and yes.
So 19 days of fasting. Tell me about that, John.
Yeah, it sounds pretty hard, but in fact it's not that difficult. Basically, it means that we fast during the daylight hours. So once the sun comes up, we stop eating or drinking. We don't eat or drink for the whole daylight, during the daylight hours, and at the end of the day we break our fast. But we do it for 19 days. So as a spiritual exercise, as a spiritual observance, it's an interesting time for us, and as we've probably done it at least 40 times in our life now, so we're actually quite used to it, and we really enjoy it. It's a really great time of the year for us, as long as we don't have a lot of physical labour or mental energy.
Yes, that's right. Now, is your family Baha'i as well?
They are, yes, our children are, and we
so
are.
they recognise the 19-day fast as well?
Yeah, the children, they have done in the past. Our children aren't living at home at the moment. But
okay,
yes,
but if they were living at home, they would have to do what Mum and Dad did?
No, they don't have to. They don't have to, no. But
there's no food around.
That's right.
Now, you married as Baha'i as well?
Yes,
right.
Yes, we were.
Tell me about that and what the difference between that and, a ceremony I might have had.
Right, well, it's a very simple ceremony. All that's called upon us to do, as instructed by the founder of the Baha'i faith, Baha'u'llah, is to recite a very simple marriage vow, which is basically, we both say this line, we all verily will abide by the will of God, basically, and that completes the ceremony. Wow. But we can add prayers and readings from the Baha'i writings or any other of the world's major religious writings if we wish to round the ceremony out. But essentially it's very simple.
Are there many Baha'i weddings in Christchurch?
Only when people decide to get married.
Yeah, right.
So it's not that often, because the Baha'i community is not that large. It's probably about 200 believers, and proportionally, out of those 200, how often are you going to find somebody getting married?
Yeah,
probably about
true.
once or twice a year.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
And do you all get involved? Do you all get invited?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily,
right.
but often. Yes,
Oh, good.
Yes.
So it's something to look forward to.
Yes, it is.
Now, tell me, it's New Year. How are you celebrating the New Year? Do you know?
Oh, yes, well, no. Tonight we'll be having a festivity at the Baha'i Centre in Spraydon, and it's open to the public, and it'll be starting about 7 o'clock. And it's an opportunity for the community to get together and to celebrate basically the Baha'i New Year. There'll be entertainment, there'll be prayers and readings from the Baha'i holy writings, but generally it's a festive occasion where we, I guess you could say, let our hair down, have fun.
Yeah, and so will it go quite late tonight, do you think?
Well, Baha'is don't drink alcohol, so we're probably not going to be raging into the wee hours of the night.
So do more people join the Baha'i faith each year, or do they slip away? I mean, what's it been like over the last 3 years since the earthquake? Have you had people leave town? Is the community sort of shrinking?
Yes, well, I mean, some people have obviously left with the earthquake, but, you know, people are joining the faith incrementally all the time, you know, and people come in, of course, from other areas, you know. Yes.
Yeah. I think an interesting question would be to ask, and it's probably a very silly question to ask, but do you celebrate Christmas as well?
Well,
is it a silly question?
Well, no, it's not a silly question because we've both come from Christian backgrounds, okay,
right.
and so our relatives are still involved in the Christmas celebrations, and we do as well. For their sake, we participate, and in fact, we even host Christmas celebrations at our house so that they can come. So we rotate it each year between the relatives. So as Baha'is, we still believe in Jesus, and we still believe in Christmas, and so, you know, yeah, fine. You know, I guess if our relatives were Hindu, we'd probably celebrate some Hindu festivities. Or if they're Muslim, we'd probably celebrate those as well. But yeah, we have this sort of universal outlook where we accept the founders of all the world's major religions as being from God. So therefore, all their holy days are relevant, but we principally celebrate just Baha'i ones.
Well, April and John, happy Baha'i New Year, and I hope you have a wonderful night tonight.
Thank you very much.
Now, CTV has been back up and running for about 3 years now, which means that Canterbury Life, formerly known as City Life, has been running for about 3 years too. And that means I've been sitting in the seat for that long too. And it's time for me to give somebody else a go, and also because I'm off to have a baby. Now, it's been my absolute pleasure bringing this program to you, from a program that was focused on the devastation around our city, through to the rebuild and eventually evolving into a lifestyle show. But it's not just me who brings you the show every day. There's a massive crew behind this. And with big thanks to our director Doug McCammon and his deputy Stephen Botting, they lead a strong, competent team of people and are absolute assets to this program. I hear the door opening, but I'm just going to keep talking. Everyone here who's ever operated a camera in the studio, through to the control room, master control room, and of course the beautiful Mary-Ann Jackson at reception. Thank you so much for all that you do, and thank you all for watching as well. And this is our new General Manager, Andrew Keeley. Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Kaneta.
What are you doing in here?
Look, I've just popped in to give you some flowers and thank you very, very much for the amazing job and the journey that you've taken us along in the last 3 years.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. Nice to see you.
Yes, nice to see you too, Kaneta. We want to wish you all the very, very best, and it's an amazing journey that you're about to embark on, a brand new little child.
Yes, I know. And you know what? I need to throw to the next segment. But thank you so much for coming.
I got some flowers.
That's beautiful.
And a card from all the team.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate it. Now you can sit back and enjoy the sneak preview of tonight's Rob's Country.
Yes, it's been a good old interesting season, isn't it? We've had hail before Christmas, which was reasonably destructive on some of our crops, and then we had this last sort of hail we had before we had the flooding in town. But the 50 mils of rain we had here was quite welcomed. It was dry, and so it set things up good now for getting in and harvesting potatoes, and saves us having to pre-water ground to transplant broccoli into. So the rain's been welcome, and then we were just, oops, the old spider's having fun today. The 35 mils of rain we've just had, that'll slow the spud digging down for a day or three, but we've had enough for now.
But you've got some sunshine now, I mean, it's got to be good.
Oh yes, nothing like a good bloody sunny day after a rain, isn't it?
Yeah. So what's the wish list weather-wise from now for the rest of autumn?
I would say no more rain. Lots of sunshine, not too much wind. No, we want to get the potatoes out now, so if we can get some nice weather for that. Cloudy days are nice, and we don't want any early frosts. We want to get the pumpkins off in a month's time, so 3 or 4 weeks' time. So,
with the potatoes coming out, you're able to store them in bins until you need them?
Yes, they'll all be dug and into bins, and some of them are going straight into the pack house, and quite a few of them are going to storage so that we can control the quality of the potatoes and supply them through till the next season comes through.
You're doing your niche marketing of the little ones and the middle-sized ones in boxes. How's that working?
Yes, it's going very good. People are interesting things. They know when they're onto a good thing, and we've found with the Golden Gourmets that they're pretty much selling themselves now, and people are coming in and just going straight to them and picking them up, and you go in there and talk to the odd person and just sort of query why did you go and pick it? You know, why did you pick that particular box of potatoes, and it's all about the taste. They like the taste of them.
And the other thing is that they're dark in there, so you're not going to go green.
Oh, that's for sure. There's a lot of people commenting, and I've had feedback before around with the box. They fit in the pantry really nicely, and they're fully enclosed. They're not going to green, so it's a good way of keeping.
And you've got recipes in there.
Oh yes, got the recipes under the lid. So I haven't caught up with how many people have followed those, but they're proper recipes. They do work, and they're nice and simple, and they're tried and tested at home. So yeah, they're favourites.
What about all the other produce that you're making? Has it been good and solid all the way through?
Yeah, we've had a good season so far on broccoli, although everyone can expect broccoli prices in the stores to go up for the next, I would say at least the next 2 weeks.
Is that because of harvesting?
No, it's more around the rain we had last Christmas. So we get to this time of the year in this particular area in Canterbury where the growing days stretch out, and we need to get some significant plantings in around and just after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year. And of course, those that can recall back to their Christmas break, it was very wet, so those plants didn't go in the ground. So we're expecting at least a week to 2 weeks gap on production, and so it's going to be supply and demand, so price is going to go up.
The vulnerability for you must be terrifying.
Oh, you just get used to it. It's just what we deal with all the time. So, you know, if you stop and think about it too hard, I think you'd probably stop doing it.
Size matters, as far as production is concerned?
I don't think it matters quite as much as it used to matter. Bigger is better. I don't think that really applies. You need to be big enough. You need to have enough scale to justify the equipment to do certain jobs to a high standard, but after that I think what's most important is that you can consistently deliver the quality in the product to meet the consumer demands, and being on a bigger scale doesn't necessarily make you better at that, and ultimately that's what is required. So yeah.
And you've got a pretty good team of people now, haven't you?
Oh, a good team of people, but it's like all workplaces, people come and go for various reasons, and you know, there's always new people having to come in and be trained up and put into positions, and we've got a few of those this year, and so far that's working very well.
I mean, you're well out of town. You're not far from Leeston or Southbridge, but is that a problem getting people to get here?
You would expect it would be, but there seems to be a steady number of people knocking on the door that holiday workers with holiday visas, and while they might only be here for a shorter period of time, we find that those people are good quality people to have come door knocking, and they're very welcome to this time of the year where we have an increased seasonal demand. So you've got people that have got the gummy to go overseas and have a look around, and they're quite motivated, and they've got a reason why they're working, and when they're working they're enjoying it and mixing with the other people, and they fit into the team really well, so they're very welcome and fit in well.